All right. So, welcome everybody. This is Star Guide. Welcome to our fireside chat for this month. And this today we'll be reviewing the rules of work. It's a book review by Richard Templar, and we'll be reviewing the rules of work. We'll just give some time, 5 minutes before we get into the main session. I'm Lady Mercedes Ifon, and I have Samson Adewi and Ajala Oluwatimile in the room. And we're going to give a breakdown of what has been happening in the learning circle for quite some time. For quite some time, let's say the period of 2 weeks. 2 weeks. We've been reviewing a very interesting book, like I said earlier, which is The Rules of Work by Richard Templar. Might seem oldie, but goldie. Oldie, but goldie. So, if you want to know how to move ahead in your career in the workplace, this is a book that you should read. Prioritize reading this book. Prioritize reading this book. So, before we go in, let's just play a video for you to see as our guests join in. Okay, while the video is coming up, I'd like to call on Samson. Samson, Samson, kindly come on stage and tell us what you feel about the book. I think you were one of the first reviewers last week. So tell us your overview of the book.
Okay. All right. Good evening, everyone. It's nice to be here. So, the rules of work. It's a very fantastic book because um, it's a book that opens our eyes to see a lot of things. And the funny thing is that most of these things that are in the book are things that we know, but we don't really pay attention to, right? And as you go into the review later on, you realize that these are things that we've always known, but then we don't know how important it is. For instance, when I was doing the review, one thing I made mention of was that when you work, don't show how hard you work, right? Don't let people know what you are going through. Don't look like what you are going through, right? You work smart. So you don't necessarily have to show people that, oh, you are struggling or that this work is a lot. People don't care about what you go through. What people care about is the results. What do you have to show? So, and then also when Lady Mercedes was doing her own review, which I love, she mentioned a part about you when you don't have anything to say, shut up. Just shut up. It's not in every situation that you talk. There are times that you just need to listen, observe, and then learn. So you need to know the time for you to speak. You need to know the time for you to listen. And when you know that you don't have anything positive to contribute, just keep quiet. Nobody would penalize you for not speaking. It will actually position you, it will help you position yourself as someone that is more learned and more forward thinking than when you just open your mouth and then what you're saying has no relevance to the situation. So I feel like those are like the major lessons that I've learned. But then when you know that you don't talk anyhow. It's not something new. Everybody knows that. Our parents have been telling us from when we were young that, okay, when you want to talk, watch what you say, watch when you talk, watch how you talk to people. We know all these things already, but then we really don't. Maybe we just underestimate the significance of all these things. So those are just one of the things that few of the things that I've learned. So it's a mind book. It's something that it's a good mind. It's something that would help you either in your career or personal life. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that, Samson. You really gave a good breakdown, summary of the book. It tells us what we already know. It kind of emphasizes what we know, either consciously or subconsciously, things that we haven't even paid attention to in our career journey. And that's why I love the book. So even though it was written pre-COVID, it's oldie but goldie. I stumbled on it before COVID, and it's been amazing. It's helped me in my career, both as an employee and also as an employer. And I love the fact that you said, you mentioned the only speak sense part. You know, in our career journey, in the workplace, everywhere, even in business, we can't afford to talk anyhow. We can't just afford to speak as we think or as we wish, but instead we must ensure that our words are deliberate, that targeted. There has to be purpose behind everything we say. Thank you so much. Timilay, are you here? What's your overview of the book before we go into the main lessons we want to talk about today? Okay. Timilay seems like she has dropped off, maybe network issues or something. Okay, no problem. So for me, like I said earlier, the book is a gold mine, and I love the fact that it exposes one. It tells us what we should know from when you get into the workplace to how you grow and even how you exit the workplace. Very, very important. Very, very important. And the weight of having that knowledge alone cannot be overemphasized, because that is how everybody wins in the workplace. We can't win alone. No man is an island. We are not formed to be. We can't succeed alone. It's not possible. So for those that just want to get to the workplace and just do their thing and go home, it's not possible to move ahead without people, alliances. First of all, you must know your purpose. Why am I here? What do I want to achieve? What is the organization trying to achieve through me, through my role? Then how can I advance in my role? Very, very, very important. Now, let's move into the learning. So, Samson, which specific part of the book would you like to touch on today in this limited time that we have? Samson, you're muted.
Okay, okay. All right, so I'm talking about the part nine, which is know the system and milk it. So the first
Know the
rule I'll be
system.
talking about,
Beautiful.
yeah, yeah. So the first rule I'll be talking about is very important. It says that know all the unspoken rules of office life. Know all the unspoken rules of office life. You know, we have
Hmm.
documented rules, those are the written rules that we know everybody has to abide by. And then we have the unspoken rules. Now, these unspoken rules is not a rule per se, but then it's just the way things are done and people don't question it. And when you get to a place, the first thing you should do is identify all these unspoken rules, right? It could be something as simple as who holds the key to the office, or who is in charge of the cashier, or who is in charge of the photocopier machine, or who you even go to when you want to process your leave application. So in every workplace, there are unspoken rules, right? And of course, with these unspoken rules, there are people that are attached to these unspoken rules. So the first thing you need to do is identify these people, right? And when you know them, you are there to them. You don't break these rules because these rules are there for a reason, right? You don't break them. Now, if you're able to identify these rules, then you won't have much issues in the workplace because they will see you as someone that is first of all organized and someone that has respect for the authority, right? That's very because the workplace is a place that is hierarchical in nature. There is hierarchy, right? So it is
Absolutely.
very structured. It's very structured. So you must be able to identify. So all these things are very, very important. So once you've identified the various unspoken rules, you need to follow them. The rules are not there for you to break. There are some rules that you don't break in the workplace. These unspoken rules is part of them. Don't break them. Once you identify them, make sure you are there to them. So when you want to do anything in the workplace, now before I move on with what I wanted to say, now people watch in the workplace, whatever it is you are doing. That's why I would say when you speak, don't speak anyhow because you don't know who might be listening. They
Yes.
are listening, they are seeing what you're doing. So you don't necessarily have to, make what you're doing be visible. People are seeing what you are doing, even those things that you feel like, oh, you are doing in the background that maybe not a lot of people know, maybe not nobody even knows about. They know, but they won't tell you. They see what you do. So when you notice these unspoken rules and then you break them, they would categorize you as part of those people that is not loyal and committed to the system. Because the thing about these unspoken rules is that they are not hidden, they are open. You just need to look for them. It's not something that is hidden, like you have to start looking for it as if you are looking for probably a car key in a refuse dump. No, they are very, very visible for people to see. They are not something that is a secret. So you need to what look for those things, identify them, and adhere to them. So once you do that, they will identify you as someone that is well. Number one, you are committed, and number two, you are someone that follows the rule. Companies, or organizations as a whole, they tend to work more with people that fall in line. So when they see that you are not falling in line, they will just put you in a certain box. So now when they are distributing benefits, right? Or maybe they want to recommend someone to probably another position, they won't recommend you because they know the way you act, they know what you do, they know what you say. But then if they see you as someone that obey rules, you will be their first choice. If not their first choice, probably the second, right? So it is very, very important. So that's it about that rule. Lady Mercedes, do you
Hmm,
have something
very,
to say about that?
very, very interesting. Very interesting. And I love the fact that we're talking about unspoken rules. But people always major on the obvious, what's written down. But we need to read between the lines. It could be just watching how power flows from in your organization. Who are the movers and shakers here? How do people how do they share knowledge here? How hierarchical is it? How does power flow? Communication, top, bottom, bottom, top. I think those are basic unspoken rules that we should know. And I'll really appreciate if you could touch on at least one or two unspoken rules that people should look out for. I know it varies throughout organizations, but is there one or are there two that we should that are similar or familiar that professionals can look out for?
Okay, so like you said, it differs from organization to organization, right? But then one thing that is common is there are some persons in the workplace that they don't have their work their work title might be you know might not be that important, right? But then you discover that they are the ones that actually hold the ears of major players in the company. It could be someone, a driver, it could be a gate man, it could be the receptionist, it could be an assistant, right? Now, when you go to a workplace and then you start treating all these people anyway. Now, these people are the ones. Now, you might feel like, oh, this person is lower than me, or I'm earning way more than this person. But then these are the people that have the ears of the major players, right? So in the workplace, you should not ever, let me put the word ever, underestimate anybody. That's one thing
Right.
you should never underestimate anybody because that person you are feeling like, oh, what's he doing? What's she doing? That person has much more influence than you could ever have, right?
Mm, mm.
So, but then if you just come on and then you are bringing power and then you get on the wrong side of this set of people, your the height you can climb to in that place will be very, very limited. Will be very limited. And of course, I think another major unspoken rule in the workplace is that communication, right? Now, like I said before, there is an hierarchy, right? Now, for every organization, you have someone that is ahead of you. The person that is ahead of you have someone that they are under, like that, like that, like that, till it gets to the top, right? Now, it goes back to the communication that we talked about that I mentioned earlier. That when you don't have something to say, keep short. Like I said before, they are listening.
That's right. That's right.
They, they are listening. So when you feel like okay, I think I should mention this here. There are no friends in the workplace. You might think that, oh, this person is my best buddy. Oh, I'm so close to this person. Oh, we go out together. We go to parties. And there is no friendship in the workplace. You have colleagues. You can have a work bestie, but they are not your friends, right? They are not your friends because
Mm-hmm.
you could feel like, oh, you are close to this person. You can disclose anything with that person, right? And if you do, or when you do, you might not know it immediately, but then when you do, and then it gets to the relevant authorities, they have put you in your place. I said it before. They will create boxes for you, and then they will put you there. They will just tell you, okay, this is where this person is going to be. This person cannot move beyond this box. So if you can't control the words you speak, right? It's something that would affect you no matter the place you work. It is general in all organization, whether it is public or even private sector, whether it is even your personal business. you know in every sphere of life, it is not everything you speak out loud, right? If it is not necessary, don't say it out. Keep it to yourself. If you feel like you need to tell someone, tell your spouse at home, or tell your children, or tell your friend that you are not working the same place.
Very interesting. Very, very, very interesting. I see that the second review, our second speaker, Jalati Uluwatimilei, has been trying to log in. Network is trying to act funny. I really love the points that you shared, and also comes to mind is what people do when they first arrive at the workplace. They just want to go change everything. I love the fact that you said study the workplace first, know who is who, because that will determine your first days, your first weeks, your first months, will determine how fast you rise or how fast you exit the workplace, because first impressions always matter. And I love the fact that you touched on also communication. In as much as we want to be friendly or cordial with our colleagues, they remain colleagues. They remain colleagues because the workplace is highly political and highly competitive. We need to be careful. There's some trusted ally that you would have, and they could be trusted because maybe you might not be in the same sphere, in the sense that you might not be vying for the same position. In the workplace, you've seen besties turn to sworn enemies because of a promotion. Two of them they just want the same position, and then they become sworn enemies. So those things happen over and over again. If you need someone to talk to, something I said, talk to your spouse. If you can't talk to your spouse, just talk to your children. If you're a Christian, talk to the Holy Spirit, please. Is the best is the best confidant. You need to be careful because your words can ensnare you, can entrap you, or even lift you up. Knowing timing, what I got from that was timing, knowing the right time to say something. Thank you so much, Samson. I see that Ajala is here. I hope the network will allow you say something this time. Hello, Ajala Luatimulai. Good to have you here.
Good evening. Thank you so much for having me, ma. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, thank you. So we're just discussing the overview of the book. what we learned in general, and something that we also touched on 2 points in the rules part of part 9. It said know the system and milk it. So I'm curious as to know what or hear what you have to tell us today. What part of the book struck you most that you would like to share?
Okay. Part three of the book talks about having a plan, right? And I believe that as a professional or as an individual, you should have a plan, a trajectory for your life. You shouldn't just allow whatever life throws at you. You should have a plan, a strategy for your life. Because the truth is, if you don't know where you are going, you would end up going nowhere. That's just the basic truth. So you have to have a plan. You have to know your end goal. You have to have what you want to achieve in mind, because that is what should drive you, right? So you should have a plan. Richard Templar made me understand that it is very important to have a plan, and also a path to where you want to be. You should have a goal in mind, an end goal, right? It talks about the long term and the short term goal, right? It talks about what do you want to achieve. Is it for the short term? If it's 6 months, what do you want to achieve? If it's 1 year plan, what do you want to achieve? If it's 5 years plan, what do you want to achieve? So you should have a goal in mind. You should have a plan in mind. You have to think smart. You have to think fluid, right? You shouldn't just allow anything that is thrown at you. You should have what you want to achieve in mind, because that is what will drive you. You should have a trajectory. You should have an end goal in mind that will keep you running.
Wow, wow. It all starts with a plan. I love that. It all starts with a plan. And I love the fact that you said if you don't know where you are going, you end up going anywhere. Nowhere. Nowhere at all. Nowhere with plan. So, because if you don't plan in life, life plans for you. Life abhors a vacuum. If you think that you want to be a manager in what in 10 years time or 5 years time and you do nothing about it, life will move you to wherever life wants to move you to, and one can stay there for on that spot on one spot forever. So as professionals and people in business, we need to ensure that we know where we are going, because that will help us play the rules properly. You know what's important to you and what you should hold on to and what you should forego, just let go of. So have a 5 year plan, have a 3 year plan, have a 2 year plan, have a 6 month plan. We talk about plans a lot, but people don't even have a 6 month plan because we are just waiting for life to happen. But when it comes to our career journey and our businesses, we cannot afford to just coast along life. So if you want to get into a particular workplace, you're vying for a promotion, or in your career, you want to have a certification, there has to be a plan, because with a plan you can now build a roadmap. Where am I now? You can assess where you are and then where you want to be and know how to bridge the gap. But if we just or if you're a job seeker and you feel like you need to have a job, yes, but you're spraying and praying in the sense that you're just applying to every job and any job, that is not a plan. You honestly need to know, what kind of job do I want to have? What kind of skills do I even possess? Are there enough for me to thrive on the role? Are there enough for me to be selected for a particular role or to get even invited for an interview? Very, very important. And then begin to build from there. A lot of job seekers just pray and pray. By praying and praying, we mean just apply everywhere and hope that they call you. Some even go on fasting and prayer, but it doesn't work that way. Have a plan, have something in mind. Thank you so much. Do you have another one to tell us from the have a plan part?
Yeah, absolutely.
Go.
Also, when it comes to like creating a roadmap for your life or for your career, you need to work out what you want from each step. It could be okay from this particular plan. I want to gain experience, I want to learn a skill. So you should have a picture of what you want for yourself, right? And also you have to work out each how each step is to be made. Okay, this particular thing I want to achieve, how do I intend to carry it out? It could be that, okay, for this particular plan, I would need to like transfer to another department, or I would need to like relocate to another branch, or probably even move to another company. So you have to know what it takes for you to like achieve that particular goal. You have to have a picture of what you need to, the steps you need to take to achieve that goal. Because if you don't know the necessary step to take, you might just end up planning and it's not coming to life, right? You have to have
Right.
what you want to do before you achieve the goal. And
Hmm.
also, um your plan, whatever it is that you want to plan, it has to be flexible, right? You have to plan for emergencies. You have to, because life happens, and you have to have that picture in mind that, okay, anything can happen from this moment. You have to have a contingency plan. You have to build for the future. You have to have an emergency plan, just like we have emergency funds where you can just pick, okay, if there's an emergency, you can just pick from the fund and take care of the emergency. So you should have an emergency plan, a contingency plan, whereby just even in case anything happens, you'll be able to like handle it. So it will come like a surprise or a shock to you. So your plan must be flexible in just in case of emergencies as well. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much. I love the fact that you said there has to be a contingency plan. That is why we have plan A to Z, or minimum plan A, B, C. Sometimes people just have plan A. What's the plan? The plan is the plan. Okay, that's the plan is plan A. What if it doesn't work out? Plan B. And what if plan B fails? Plan C. We should always have something to fall back on. Something, do you want to say something um, with regards to this section, having a plan?
Yeah, I'll just add a little because there's a popular saying: if you plan to fail, yeah, you have failed to plan, right? So for everything you want to do, now there is nothing new again. Everything you want to do, everything you
Hmm.
plan to do, even as monitoring. So what will make you different is how you do it. And you don't just do something spontaneously, right? You do research and then you come up with a plan. And then for that plan, how visible is the plan? Now, once you've identified the visibility of the plan, then come up with an alternative. Whether the plan is successful or not, let always have an alternative, right? Because anything can happen, life can happen. You can't say that these even plans that have 100% rate of success will can fall through. Something can happen, and then all those variables that you put into place, everything will just crumble, and then you're back to square one. So, in order to prevent all that, when you plan, when you have these things in place, then you know that okay, if this doesn't work out, this is going to work out. Even if the second one doesn't work out, another one will still. Even after that third one, if it still doesn't work out, you still have something to fall back on. Not like you are back to square one again. So it will reduce when you don't have a plan. Now when you don't have a plan, that doesn't mean whatever you are going to do will fail. No, that's not what we're saying, right? It could actually succeed. But then when you have plans in place, it increases the chances of it succeeding, right? That's just what it does. And it makes you, as a person, it makes you grow, right? Because when you're doing something and then you've come to the reality, because the reality, nothing ever goes as planned. That's the truth of the matter. Nothing ever goes as planned, right? So when you have that reality, so as a person, individual, even apart from business, you know that you don't just put all your eggs in one basket. So whenever whatever it is that you are doing or that you want to do, always have an alternative, right? You don't just okay, maybe probably you want someone to do something for you, right? Maybe the person is your family or the person is your friend. You don't just say that because the person is your friend or the person is your family, that that person will do what that person is supposed to do. They will they would disappoint you. I don't say disgrace, but they will disappoint you. That's the truth of the matter. And the disappointment is not because they have something against you, right? It's not because they don't want to help you, but then it's just that's life, right? And we can't hold it against them. But then when you
Right.
have an alternative, once that person is unable to come through, you fall back on the plans that you've made. Now imagine you don't have an alternative and then 100% is on that person. So now when that person falls back, now you're back to square one. Now you have to start thinking from scratch. And then that initial plan you have might not work again. So you need to start brainstorming on an entirely different plan, right? So you learn that you learn to make alternative plans, right? So it makes you a better person, it makes you a better worker, and it makes you a better individual all round. Because when you practice something, probably you when you practice something in your business or in your personal life, and then you see it working. Now, when I say you see it working, you can see the results, and the results are positive. As you are doing it, you are getting positive results. Of course, you practice it in all other aspects of your life. Why? Because you've seen the results. So that's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you to both of you. And as you were speaking, um, some types of plans that we can have as professionals just came to mind. And I know that we all talk about having a getting a job. Have planning to get a job is one of them. When you get in, planning to acclimatize, to excel in that role is essential. So when you get on board, you just have to know the rules, the spoken and unspoken rules. Know your job description. Know what to get your head. Know the performance metrics, because you don't want to have surprises when it's appraisal period. You don't want to be appraised and your line manager is saying A, and then you're thinking that you were doing B. No, have those conversations with your line managers, and also have a promotion plan. How long do you want to stay in that role, on that seat? You should, when you get into the workplace, that is the day you should begin to ask yourself, what's in it for me? As much as I'm going to give all of my skills, my time, my loyalty, I need to know how well I'm going to grow. So where would I be in the next 2 to 3 years? Begin to plan it from day one. And if by year one, year two, it doesn't look like you're growing, you haven't grown, maybe responsibility wise, or you haven't even grown at all, begin to have a plan to exit, or have a plan to talk to your line manager to say, okay, I would love to grow more, I'd love to do more. Let's say when you're 2 years on the road, I'd love to do more. Just have those conversations. And one thing that some professionals don't do or don't have is an exit plan. An exit plan is a must have. You don't just wake up and resign. No, I wouldn't recommend. I wouldn't recommend that. If you're going to resign, have a plan. If you feel like the workplace is no longer conducive for you, please just begin to plan. Tell yourself, what is my 6 months exit plan? If I want to resume with these guys next year, I don't want to. So I have to dust my CV. If you want to get a job in 6 months' time, you have to start from today. Because sometimes we think we once we put out applications, or send our CVs everywhere, people will call us. Sometimes you hear crickets for 3 months, somebody's calling you back, and then take another 3 months before you get into an interview, and then another month before you can even resume the role. So if you want to get a new job, plan 6 months ahead. Thank you so much for your contributions, Samson and Ajala. Wonderful speaking with you. So for me, one part of the book I would like to touch on today is part 10, that talks about handling the opposition. And I remember at the beginning of this conversation, Samson spoke about allies and friends in the workplace. As much as we want to have people that are cordial with, that we talk to, not everyone is a friend. You either have a friend or a foe. And even when you find that friend, you need to test them over and over again to be sure that they are truly friends. Ask yourself, why is this person friends with me? Is it? What do they see in me? Is it a mutual feeling? Do you have the same values? Do you share the same values? Very, very important. Now, when we talk about opposition, we are talking in the sense of a promotion or something you're working on together, you're working towards in the workplace. For example, if there is a promotion coming up, you've seen a position that you've been eyeing, that position is finally vacant. That's your opportunity. Maybe you want to be head of operations, or you just want to move to the next level, and then it's advertised. You know that you will have the internal opposition and external opposition, so you have to identify the opposition. You are not the only one that wants that position. Have that in mind. You're not the best, you're not the only fit for the role, and you might not even be the best fit for the role. So ask yourself, who else would want this position? Who do I need to talk to tell me who is interested in this position? Identify them internally, who is going for that position. And if it's going to be advertised outside, you might hardly know who's going to come in and compete for that position, but you need to ensure that you have the skills, you have the requirements for the role. When you identify the internal opposition, maybe your friends, your allies, somebody in the next department, somebody that is not even in your radar. While I was reading the book, Richard Templar wrote about his own experience. There was a supervisory role open, I think head of accounts. He was an accountant then, head of accounts, and he was the best for the role. He had weighed, identified all the opposition. He just knew that the role was coming for him or to him. But on the day of the interview, he got the shocker. Somebody from head of from the security unit was interviewing for the role, and he was wondering how. I'm an accountant and you're in security. Like, what are you doing here? How? It didn't identify him at all as someone that could be a competitor. Guess what? The guy got the job. The head of security became the head of accounts. So by the time you identify your position, you know if it's even worth it, worth going for it. So even if you think it's not worth going for it, put yourself out there, compete, and you never can tell what the chances are. If I were to be the head of security, I'll probably say, what am I even doing there? The next in line in the accounting department is applying for the role. That should naturally go to him. But when it comes to promotions, your expertise, your qualifications, your experience, how well, they are not the only things in the mix. And I'm going to talk about that later. We're going to talk about that later. And the way for you to also identify your position is knowing, having years in other departments. Ask yourself, who do I trust or who can tell me things? And this is where no man being an island comes in. You need to have allies. You can't be alone. Just go to the workplace, sit down, just be in your corner. You're not relating. See, by the time the exit list comes out, your name will be number one because nobody knows you. You don't interact. So you need to have people that you talk to, you rub minds with, and they need to be people of influence in your workplace. They are the ones that will tell you XYZ is going for that position, XYZ is interested in that position. And then you know how to prepare yourself because you will know their strengths, you know their history. You also know what the company wants. That is how you identify your opposition, internal opposition. Externally, sometimes it's until there's an interview and then you see the person's profile. And the thing is, some people think that management will not put an external person in a position over them. That is untrue. That's why you have people, when new colleagues resume at the office, they give them the cold shoulder because they feel like this person stole their promotion. They should have been the one there. But if you don't exhibit the skill needed to harness that role, you will not get it. It's not a charity organization. Even if it was to be charity, it has a purpose. And if you don't possess what the management needs, sometimes doesn't they just need somebody that is good at playing politics. Your skills, your qualifications, your expertise, good, very good. Sometimes it's politics. And how you play well, how you get ahead in the game of politics depends on who your sponsor is. Who are those that speak for you when no one is in the room? Who are those you relate with? Who can vouch for you? Who can beat their chest and say, I'm going to war for with this person? That is how you build a circle at work. And that is how you also trump the opposition. Now, another thing that another lesson from that part of the book was don't backstab. You've identified the opposition. Don't go around telling people this person is not even fit for the role. I don't even know why this person is applying for to serve the position. No, no, no. As a rules player, you don't do that. You don't. That is not something you should even do in the. Don't talk badly about them. Don't lie about them. Don't don't try to pull them down. Forget crab mentality. That's what crabs do. Instead, shine the light on your strengths. This is where you need to shine more, speak more in meetings, presentations, bring viable ideas. Let management see your value. That is how you get ahead. You don't get ahead by putting others down. And once you start doing that, it becomes obvious to everybody what you're doing. And before you know it, you get passed over because nobody wants toxicity. Except, of course, what's prevalent in that workplace is the divide and rule mentality. So they just want someone that just cause confusion and then just and scatter everywhere. But you cannot afford to be seen as someone that drags people down for a position. No, positions are temporary, titles are temporary. As much as we say, be careful of those you call your friends in the workplace. I will tell you that people will last. It's only your relationship that will last. And sometimes you your relationship with others actually thrive outside the workplace. I've had friends outside the workplace that at where we were working before, we had loggerheads. We never got we just never got along. It was the dynamics of the workplace. By the time we left those organizations, we became close buddies. We became close buddies. And we're wondering what was the tension about? It was the culture of the organization. So don't be seen as a backstabber. So does any of you want to say something with regards to that part before we have another round? Maybe Ajala this time. I think Samson spoke last.
Okay, yeah. I think having the right people around you can be like a great asset for you because they are the ones that would speak in the room for you even when no one is there, right? So you have to like surround yourself with the right people, especially people that can speak for you even when you are not there, people that can stand in the gap for you because you can never tell who can like help you in that very moment. So you have to like build network with people, connect with people that can stand in the gap for you as a professional.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Samson, you want to throw in a word?
Okay. I would like to talk about the second thing. That's don't backstab, right? Now, one thing you should know is that, or we should know, is that when you backstab, someone else will backstab you. It's a whole circle. When you backstab, you'll be backstabbed, right? And then apart from that, you'll be known as someone that is not dependable. Because if you can talk badly about someone at their back, then the people you are talking to, you could equally do the same to them. So they won't trust you, right? And then there are some companies that actually, they encourage this kind of behavior, betray, snitch on your colleague and all that. But then even at then, they would not value you. They would use you. they would use you very well. If it's that one, they would use you, but then you would not be valued, right? Because they've already known that, okay, this is the type of person you are. So if they want to get rid of someone, they'll just use you. But you notice such people usually don't rise up to leadership positions, or even when they do rise up to leadership positions, there are some leadership positions that don't really have power. They are just leader by, let's just put that person there, where you don't really have any real power, right? When they are making decisions, you don't have a say, right? So they would just, they would use you because they know that this person cannot be trusted, right? This
Oh
person
yeah.
will always back. So when you are known as someone that does that, then the level you can grow to will be very, very limited. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. It's been such an amazing time. I know that we have a lot more to talk about. I think for now we can just take a video break. This session is brought to you by Star Guide HR Consulting. We are a premier consulting firm based in Lagos, Nigeria. However, we have clients scattered all over Africa and beyond, the diaspora, UK, and we help organizations and people thrive in their careers and in their businesses. We are into HR consulting. We help organizations set up their HR department. We coach professionals on how to get ahead in the workplace. We also have a sister company that's our academy. It's called the Stargard Academy. We are big on L&D, learning and development. We have worked with clients across different sectors, technology, FMCG, telecommunications, financial services, the whole 9 yards, the whole 9 yards. So let's just have this quick video break and see, and then we'll come right back. All right, welcome back. Welcome back as we take our final round now, talking about the other rules that we've learned from different parts of the book. I have Samson, Adewi, and Ajala Luatimle in the room. My name is Lady Mercedes Ifon. I'm the founder and managing partner of Starguide HR Consulting, and we are pleased to have you here on our fireside chat for September, which happens to be the book review on The Rules of Work by Richard Templar. This is a book that we have been reviewing for the past 2 weeks in the Learning Circle. Learning Circle is one of the groups in our Starlight community, the WhatsApp community, where we have a mix of professionals and business leaders. We just gather to learn to grow, because know that once we stop learning we start stinking, we start sinking, and we remain stagnant. So we're going to have a second round now, and this time we'd like to start with Ajala. since Samson started the first one. Ajala, do you still have something from the have a plan section of the book?
Yes.
Please share.
Um, one of another insight. I mean, one of a key point that I got is looking out for opportunities in your career. You can as well, like, because opportunities are around us, and it's left for you to like see and look out for them, because there are some opportunities that they can come out as threats, right? They can come out as challenges. So you have to like be conscious of those opportunities, because there are some that come as challenges and you are like, oh no, this is not for me. So you have to look out for opportunities, you have to recognize them, you have to perceive them whenever you see them, because like they say, opportunity comes but once. So whenever you see such opportunities in your career, at work, at your place of work, so and as a role player, you have to look out for them, you have to take up the opportunity, you have to um work towards it and achieve whatever it is that is set before you. So another thing is that we need to learn to see opportunities as balls, because take for instance, a ball is thrown at you, you only have like a split second to catch it, right? So opportunities are like balls, where whenever life throw anyone at you, you have to like, you have a split second to like pick it up, you have a split second to catch them, otherwise you are going to lose them, right? So we have to like look out for opportunities either at work or wherever we find ourselves. We have to look out for opportunities and then make good use of it.
Love it, absolutely, absolutely love it. Thank you so much. Making good use of opportunities. Sometimes you just have to even create one. Look out for the opportunities that are bound and then try to create one. If they are none, try to create one. How can you create one? It could be something as simple as a reporting format at work. Just improve on the process. Improve on something that has been there before. And you never can tell where to get to. You'll be seen as someone that does things efficiently. And those are the kind of opportunities that you want to leverage in the workplace. So leverage your strengths, leverage work on your weaknesses, but make sure that you are in the spotlight for good. Thank you so much, Ajala. Something.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. So from my hand, one of the another rule that stood out for me is know when to stay late and when to go early. There's a myth in the workplace that you need to stay late. You need to stay as late as possible for you to succeed. Like they need to see you working hard. They need to see you staying late. This is not necessary you stay late, right? Don't just stay late because everybody is staying late, right? Now, as a role player, you need to know when to go home, right? You need to go know when to go home. Don't just stay because everybody is staying and you don't want to be the first person to go, right? Now, the first person to leave is not going to miss anything, right? Because you notice when people stay late, once one person leave, you just need one person to leave, and then you notice that people start leaving one by one, one by one, one by one. So
Yes.
that person, you can be that person that will liberate the rest of us. So please just go, just go, don't stay, because um we have this fear of missing something, right? There's this fear that, if I do this, I'm going to miss this. If I do this, I'm passing on this thing. If I don't stay late, they will think I'm unserious, right? Because when they give you um your employment letter, they will tell you the time you have to resume and the time you have to go, right? There is an official closing time, right? So, but then when that time comes, and then some people actually feel guilty about leaving at that time, but that's the time you're supposed to leave, right? So You don't have to stay beyond the time that you are. Now, the only issue that you might have is probably when you try to sneak off, right? Yes, it's time for you to go home, but then if you want to go home confidently, pass the front gate, right? Do whatever it is you are supposed to do, then go through the front gate. Don't sneak out, right? And then when you go home, have you performed your tax, right? Because for every employer, though it differs from companies to companies, there are those that they have their tax to perform daily. There are those that they have, you know, weekly tax, right? But then what makes people stay late is for those that have not finished performing their tax and then they want to catch up. And then that's why they stay late. You see them doing extra hours, not because they want to do extra work, right? But then as long as you've done your specific tax, go home, right? You don't need to stay. You don't need to stay beyond what is necessary, right? Yes, people are the people, like I said before, they people are seeing you, right? But then don't let that limit you and then have you stay beyond your time. Now another rule that came out, although I'm going to combine two rules together. Now the first one is identify people who count, and then the second one that they are related. That's why I'm combining them. You be on the right side of people that count. But you first have to identify who are the people that count, who are the important people in the workplace. At the start of this chat, I mentioned, people like the driver, people like the gate man, people like assistant, people like even HR. You see HR, please don't fight with HR. HR,
Oh
very
my.
important. Assistant, very important. Maintenance people. Yeah. All those people, you because you don't know the relationship these people have with important people in the organization. You don't know whether some of them are personal relative or some of them that maybe someone they know. Do you understand? And then these people have the ear of management, right? Of the top of the senior management, right? So now when you get on the bad side of these people, you have gotten on the bad side of the senior management, right? So the first thing you need to do when you get to the workplace, any workplace at all, identify the important people, right? And of course, it's not so obvious, right? You won't know who the people that count are, but then you observe, you notice patterns. There are always patterns. They are there. You just need to notice them and then take note of them. Now, once you've noticed the people that count, be on their side, be their friend. Not necessarily their friend, but then you know what they, have a good cordial relationship with them, right? So if you notice that, oh, this person likes this thing, try to cater to their preference. Don't be rude to them. Don't talk down on them, right? Respect them. So when you do this now, when it's time for you to probably maybe you're applying for a promotion, you can just go to meet those people, especially people that have probably the ears of the people in charge. You just go to them, once you have a good relationship, just talk with them and say that, oh, how far? Oh, I've been working on this so promotion. You are not, it's not really manipulation, right? It's not manipulation, but then you are just using what you have to get what you want, right? So you just mention it to them, but you won't ask them to help you get it. You just mention to them that, oh, this is what you want, this is what you are going for, that you just hope you get it. So now, when you're on their right side, you don't need to tell them to do it for you. They will do it on their own. Why? Because you're on their side. Do you understand? Now, for every one of
Yes.
us, for our family, there are things that our family members don't ask us to do. If we know that we need it, we will do it. Why? They don't ask us to do it. No. Why are we doing it? Because we know they need it. So when we're on their side, it would um it would make our work, easier and more effective. So lastly,
I'm wondering if I'm the only one that has lost Samson's connection. Angela, are you on the call?
Yeah, I can hear him as well.
Oh, okay. Okay. Something, are you back?
Okay, hello.
Yes, yes. We lost you for a
Okay,
bit.
yeah. Okay. So in every workplace, for every boss, there is a favorite. We say there is no favorite. It's a lie, and we are deceiving ourselves. And the truth is not in us. Everybody has a favorite. Even you, as a person that you maybe probably you've not gotten to a senior position yet, you have a favorite. Let's be sincere with ourselves, right? So now,
Absolutely.
uh, so now when you have a boss, make sure you are the favorite. Now, if you are not the favorite, make yourself the favorite. So how do you do this? Um, you notice your now one thing you should not use when you are trying to be the favorite. Don't be conniving, don't be manipulating, don't employ flattery, telling them what they want to hear. It might work at some points, but then these people, they are intelligent people. For them to be in that position, they are not just there, they are not wood. They see patterns, they see things, right? So you make use of your skills, you make use of your your qualification might not really matter, your skills, your attitude, your character. Character is very important in the workplace. Very, very important. Look at your character. Your character should show you as a very dependable person, right? Be reliable. Be that someone that can solve that. If you know that, oh, your boss has a problem, be there to solve that problem. Position yourself to solve that problem for them. So whenever they have an issue, they will just they before they think of other people, they will just think of you and call you. Even if you can't solve that problem, just tell them, oh, I'll be able to do this, accept the task, and then you to look for someone that will solve the problem for you. It's not necessary you do everything by yourself. Look for someone that what matters is not about you solving the problem. What they want is the solution to that problem. So whether you are the one that is solving the problem personally does not matter. As long as you are the one that is bringing the solution to them, that's all that matters. And then when you become the favorite, right? Don't tell people you are the favorite. They will tell you, oh, you're Oga's favorite. Oh, you're the person Oga likes. Deny it. Deny it with your life. Don't
Right,
agree that you are the favorite.
right.
Never agree. Never, never agree that you are the favorite. Never. Deny it at all time. Even if they can see it, deny it. Right? And then be humble. Just because you are the favorite, don't just throw your weight around. Right? Because when you do, they say pride goes before a fall, right? I guess
Mhm.
that's self-explanatory. You will fall. That's the truth. You will fall. So, and the reason why I say that you do not, give flattery. Now, when you are the boss favorite, of course, you have people that are working under you. So you being the favorite has placed you above those people. So now, if you are someone that is not capable, these people will hate you. If you are someone that is lording it over them, oh, I'm Oga's favorite, oh, I'm the boss, there's nothing you can do in this office without me. You're going to fall. They would hate you and they will work for your downfall. But then when you are humble and then be dependable, that's I'm still be dependable and be reliable. I'm repeating it. Be dependable and be reliable. So even when everybody knows that you are the favorite, as long as they can see what you are doing, they can see that, oh, this person is reliable. This person is that person that brings solution, that solves issues. They won't have any issues. And as long as you are not overbearing, you are not arrogant, right? You are not loading to like, oh, there's nothing you can do, right? But then be the favorite, and then for that's in your department, right? And then of course you have other departments. Know the favorites in other departments as well. Because there are times that you would need to get something done in other departments, right? Know the favorite in other departments. So these are the people that you approach to get access to the necessary people. Okay, so I think that's it. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for that, Samson. Very hilarious and learned a lot. Learned a lot. Jala, do you want to add something to what he said, or you're good with everything that he said?
I agree with him. Right, I agree with him with what he said. He mentioned that we should not show pride. We should be humble, and I would also like to add one or two things that I also learned from the book. Richard Templar made me to understand that we need to also understand our strengths and our weaknesses. We need to, like, because everybody have their good side and their bad side, right? So you need to like identify what you are good at. You need to identify your strengths. There are some people that they are good at thinking. There are some people that they are good at writing reports. You just need to know where you are good at. You need to find your feet, and then you should be able to like apply those skills maybe in one of your departments. You know that okay, this particular skill, this my strength is where I can function well in this particular department. So you should be able to know how to apply your strengths. And also for your weaknesses, you need to work on your weaknesses. You need to work on them because you don't want to like remain like that. So you need to improve on yourself. You need to work on yourself. And then lastly, I would also say that we need to keep learning because learning is a continuous thing. So we need to make learning a lifelong experience. We need to keep learning every day because like they said, the day you stop learning is the day you die, is the day you die, right? So we need to learn, we need to keep learning, we need to keep learning because learning is more like you are investing in yourself. So you should take it as a priority. And even in our career, we should be able to like invest in learning. We should be able to like have that quest for knowledge. So we should make learning a lifelong mission. And also, if you don't learn, you can't change, right? Because what's the point if you are if you don't learn, you can't improve on yourself. There will be no changes. It's just like you are in a static position, just like you are just stagnant. You wouldn't want to be like a stagnant water, right? So you want to like improve on yourself. And how can you improve on yourself? Keep learning. There are so many ways you can learn. Go on YouTube, go read books, just like this particular book that we're reading by Richard Templar. You can as well invest it. You're just one way or the other, find ways to like invest in yourself, build yourself, and as you're doing that, you are building yourself, you are building your capacity, right? And that can really, really boost your career professionally.
Beautiful. And I love how soft spoken you are. I love that we have different personalities in the studio today. uh, thank you so much, Adala and Samson. I'm seeing the comment being highlighted. Know your fellow Nepo babies. This is for the favorites in the workplace. So know your fellow favorites, but please don't rub it in. Don't try to pepper them because you're the favorite today. You might be disfavored or might be disfavored tomorrow. So please tread carefully. It's been a really exciting time. Jemima is dropping her comments. I see comments from Ajala, Dami Lola. She joined from the beginning. Let's know who is watching. Please drop your comments. Let us know where you're watching from. We're wrapping up very soon. And we also like to take your questions. You have questions, anything insightful that you learned today on our live. We have viewers from Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Thank you for joining in. Do you have questions? If you have questions, let us know so that we can answer them. Let us know where you're watching from. Please drop a comment. And in case you're wondering about the Learning Circle is our WhatsApp community. It's our WhatsApp community in Style Guide. So we have the Connect group, we have the Learning Circle, and then we have other subunits in the community. But in the community, that's where we learn. It's a mixed group, so it's not just a human resource professionals group. No, it's a mix of people from diverse walks of life, diverse professions, so that we can learn as much as we can. Let's have a quick video break before we wrap it up.
We want you in the circle. As we continue equipping professionals and organizations for success, we've created dedicated channels to help you connect more meaningfully with everything we offer at StarGuide. Be part of our growing community. Follow StarGuide HR Consulting at StarGuide HR on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook for career tips, business insights, people strategy, and workplace excellence. For learning updates, boot camps, and training resources, follow our Academy page on LinkedIn at StarGuide Academy. You can also join the StarGuide Learning Circle on WhatsApp, your space for replays, free tools, Zoom links, and insider updates. Just type starguidehr.com/learning in your browser or check the caption for the direct link. Ready to take the next step? Visit starguidehr.com to book a free consultation, sign up for a program, explore our growing list of resources, and get to know more about our services such as HR department setup, recruitment and outsourcing, payroll management, career/interview coaching, performance management, training and development, CV and LinkedIn optimization, HR software optimization, and lots more. Let's grow, let's lead, let's thrive together. With StarGuide, you're in good company.
Absolutely, with Star Guide, you're in good, good company. Whether you're a professional or you're a business trying to build your HR function, or just trying to even run an audit to say what exactly are we doing here. We also help with recruitment. We help with talent acquisition and recruitment. We help with learning and development. Via our sister company, which is Stargate Academy, a full-fledged training agency. So if you're a professional looking to switch jobs, we also offer career coaching services. We also offer resume writing and interview coaching services. We have a success rate of 98% of all professionals that we coach having, unless get a job, or even unless they are role in the workplace, or even just have clarity in the workplace. So to wrap up this edition of our Fireside Chat this September, we are talking about the rules of work, and we're reviewing Richard Templar's book, which is The Rules of Work. And today we're talking about so many lessons that you can take back to your workplace and make you fly. Remember, you're not alone in the workplace. No man is an island. You can't do your career journey alone. In life, in career, in business, you need people, and you need to identify the people. We started with having a plan. We had two, and we still have them in the studio. We have Samson, and then we have Samson and Dewi, and then we have Ajala Oluwa Timlane. Amazing, amazing, amazing reviewers. I must also give kudos to our reviewers in the learning circle. For the past 2 weeks, every day, one person dropped a nugget, something that they learned from the book, and it has been on fire. We've been learning, unlearning, relearning, and it's been such a great place to be. If anyone in the learning circle is on the call, please drop a comment and let us know. So to wrap up this session, I'll talk about the one rule and on the part I'm talking about, which is handling the opposition. And in that section, I'm going to talk about the psychology of promotion. We all want to get promoted. We all want to have more, bigger responsibilities, more prestige, money. Some people will say, please take the title, just give me the money. I just want to move ahead. Just give me the money, Coco. If you like, call me whatever, but just increase my salary. That I'm fine with that. If that's what you want, you still have to pass a certain level to get there. You have to pass a hurdle to get there, and that's your promotion interview. We spoke about it on in the beginning of the show, when we said that when you see a vacancy, an advertisement, a role is finally vacant, behind that position, identify who is going to be a competitor with you. It's going to compete with you for that role. What do they have that you don't have? How do you level up if need be? How can you show your strength without having the crap mentality of putting them down? We already mentioned we're not going to backstab anybody. That's not how role players do. We do not backstab. Instead, we talk about our strengths. We show everybody why we are the best for the role. We don't go backstabbing, complaining, and putting people down. No, shine the light on your strengths, volunteer, make presentations, refine your reports, be visible in the workplace. See, people are attracted to people. And if you don't show people what you have, the chances of you being selected is zero. Zero. Or someone is getting ahead of you by 50%. Now, the psychology of promotion. There's a vacancy, you know who is going ahead. Ask why. Why is this role vacant? Why is this role vacant? Very, very, very important. You must know why they want to fill the role. Your expertise, your qualifications, your experience, they are good, they are nice, but they are not enough for you to get that position. Because all workplaces are political, whether we like it or not. They're undercurrents, there are things that you can't control. It's just like a job seeker. You might seem like the best fit for the role, the perfect person, but you might not get the job, not because of you, but because of the powers that be, the dynamics at work and at play. So use your contacts to find out, is this a real promotion? Is this a real position? Sometimes it's just being advertised because head office says it has to be. But your bosses are saying advertise, but are still not going to fill that role. It's a dummy role. Sometimes your manager, it has been filled already. The ones on top, they know that they have their candidate. So them just advertising and asking for applications and show your interest. Formality. It's just all formality. They just want to follow protocol. They followed protocol and then we selected somebody. Know when this is the case. Know when this is the case. Sometimes it could be the up and out strategy at play. So what does up and out strategy mean? That role is being downsized. That job is being downsized in the sense that they want to promote somebody to exit, promote and exit. You must have seen it before, heard of it. Somebody got promoted 6 months ago, and then 6 months down the line, they're telling the person, sorry, we no longer have need for this position. We are due to restructuring. They knew all along most of the time because they just didn't know how to tell the person to exit, especially if the person is very powerful. They'll just say promote to exit, up and out. So you have to know will this position still exist, and how do you know? Look out for what's the job title like, what are the role requirements, what are the responsibilities, are they vague, or is it being duplicated? Is somebody doing something similar already, grounded, and then you're wondering, why do we need this role in this organization? You need to ask yourself those questions so that you don't put yourself out of the organization unknowingly. And then sometimes it's just a waste of time. The person or that has the job, that position, maybe already resigned, but they're not waiting, they're negotiating with management. Management wants to give them more money, or management might want to give them more benefits, and so they're waiting to just collect more money or benefits from management. So you just have to know exactly what is going on. What exactly is going on? Don't just dive in and just collect a position. No, have your contacts, have your ears, put your ears to the ground. Should I go for it? Is it worth it? What will come out of it in the next 6 months? If you're fine with receiving money, with the large sum of money for 6 months, and then leaving the workplace, exiting, oh well, that's left to you. But know the psychology of promotion beyond your expertise, beyond your experience, beyond your qualifications. There are powers at play. You must have a sponsor. Have someone that speaks for you in your, if you want to move ahead, have someone that speaks for you in your workplace. That's non-negotiable. You can't do life alone. Don't think you can excel alone. People have to speak for you. People will talk about your good deeds. So it also boils down to your vibes. What kind of vibe are you giving out? What kind of vibe are you giving off? What's your energy like? And I love the fact that the book is it's all encompassing, from having a plan to how you speak only sense. It's a lot. So I'll just give the floor to Samson. Samson spoke. Okay, Ajala spoke last. So Samson, do you want to say something on this section? Knowing the psychology of promotion, anything resonate with you at all? I'll come to you as well, Ajala.
Yeah, you've said most of it. All right. Having to know why is that position open, right? And then you also talked about the part that, oh, you can't do life alone. I think I mentioned that. I think that's the part that I mentioned that, oh, know the right people and then be on their side, right? Now, an organization is different from family, right? There are some family that you can just be on your own. You know, that grumpy uncle, that weird, that eccentric sister or auntie that don't like talking to people, and then everybody will just leave that person. And then, oh, that's how she is. That's how he is. We've accepted. We've known him like that. It's not like that in the workplace. If you are like that, they'll just exit you. It's as simple as that. They'll find an excuse, like she said. So for in the workplace, you need people, allies, right? You need allies. You don't need friends. You need allies, right? Now, the concept of allies is that okay, you you all have a common goal that you are working towards, and then you are just supporting each other. But then the concept of friends is different because you have to be vulnerable to your friends. Do not ever be vulnerable in the workplace. That's a mistake you should never do, right? You should never do that. So, and for allies, there are boundaries. There's a certain place that you support each other. When you reach a certain place, when you discover that, oh, your values do not align again, you what? You dissolve it with peacefully, right? Because you can have an instance where someone you are close with, both of you are hankering for the same promotion, right? Both of you are going for the same promotion. Now, if you are friends with that person, that thing will destroy your friendship. Or probably the person might not even tell you that they're also going for that promotion. They will just backstab you and then you see them voila. They also, you discover that they get the job and then you'll be like, how? Do you understand? But then when you know that, okay, I'm here for a mission, this is what I'm going to achieve, you don't make friends. There's one thing one of my lecturers said, and that it has stick with me for years now. The man said that he expects betrayal from everybody. He expects betrayal from
That's deep. That's deep.
everybody. Because the closest person doesn't tell the closest that he suspects the people that are close to him. And it's true because throughout history, the fall of most people that have fell, it is those people that are close to them that betray them. Right? Samson was betrayed by Delilah, unfortunately, and
I
David
hate
was
Samson.
betrayed by his son, his own flesh and blood, right? So it's just people that you feel like, oh, this person is close to me, oh, this person can't do that. They will do it. That thing you feel like they won't do, they will. So don't the concept of friends in the workplace. If you've been having friends now, don't do it. Of course, you can colleagues. They are your colleagues. I feel like we've been using words wrongly, right? Anybody you are working with and then you are close, you have a personal relationship, they are your colleagues, they are not your friends, right? You people are working together. So don't blur the lines, let them remain as colleagues, right? And then when you are angling for a promotion or you are just generally working in a workplace, be observant. Look for those things that are not so obvious, right? Look for the hidden agendas, right? Look for the hidden agendas. Like she said, oh, they want to do a promotion. and then they promote you and then release you a few months after. So look at those things that you do, right? Look at it. So if you don't, if you can't see them, ask questions, talk to people, right? You look at okay, one I didn't mention this part. One of those people that you should not underestimate, or those people that count, those people that have spent a number of years in the organization, the people that have been there for years. Discover that this person has been here for like 5, 10, 20 years. You see those people, be very close with them. They will give you all the information that you need to know because they've
Absolutely.
been there, they think you and they are still there. So they are the perfect person to give you the necessary information. They are the perfect person to be on the right side of, right? Because they know all the key players. So if a particular role is one that is a setup, they are the one that will let you know. They are the one that will let you know when you are no longer on top. When there's an issue, they will tell you. If it's something you need adjustment, they will let you know. But if you are not on the right side of these people, they will not tell you because you don't matter to them. Like you have no business together. So why would they tell you? But um when you have it, like when you're on their good side, they will tell you. And even if they don't tell you, when you relate and then you tell them, oh, I'm going for this promotion, they will let you know, they give you all the necessary information that you need to do. And then also, there are a lot of good things in this book, man. Also, the part about you having plan B, it comes in here too. As you're applying for that promotion, right? Have a plan B. As you're in that workplace now, of course, as an individual, you would know if you are not valued in the workplace. You will know there are some things you notice when there is an issue, right? Once you start noticing them, and then it's either of two things. It is either you work on it. Now, if you discover that it's not something you can work on, like probably it's a character issue, probably someone, maybe a senior management has issue with you personally, then it's either you work on it or you look for an alternative. Start to take out your application, dust your CV. Okay, polish your CV. It's digital now. Polish your CV. Start taking out applications, right? So that when even if they decide to exit you, it doesn't come as a shock to you. It doesn't bring you down because you already have an option lined up. You are not stuck, right? You are not stuck. So you know that okay, even when it comes, you know that okay, you have another thing to fall back on, right? But then when you just believe that, because there's one thing we need to understand: nobody is indispensable in the workplace. It's an organization. It is not a family.
True.
Nobody is indispensable. What they are after is profits, results. That's what they are after. So if they see that, oh, this person doesn't align with our goals, with our objectives, they will dust you off. They won't even think about it. They will it's not a family, it's not family organization, right? It's not family. So they don't care. And honestly, you might even have friends or even family. There are times it might be your family member that is in that position, but they can't do anything about it because an organization is not run by one person. We have several people, right? So one person can't just say, okay, this is what I want. No. So if they decide that, okay, they want you off, you are going off, my dear. So always have backup plans. Have backup plans. Don't just put your head, oh, I'm going for this promotion. Oh, I'm going to do this. What if it doesn't work out? Even if it works out, is it permanent? So
Right.
don't and then don't go into work with the idea that, oh, I'm going to spend the rest of my life here. Hmm. Might not even spend up to 10 years there before they'll give you breakfast. Failure breakfast.
When I
So
was spent
as
up
you're
to
going
2 years.
so okay, I'm still doing that. I'm not even sure what to do. And then it's why I will tell you, oh, we don't need your service again, or whatever English the HR decides to use. And you are
Advice
off, and you're
number.
back to square one. That's why I said be on the side of HR.
Thank you so much, Samson. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. That was a load down. Ajala, a soft outspoken, gems dropping reviewer. Please, you have one more thing to say to us with
Like
regards to this
like
section.
some like something said, the book is rich and there are so many insights, right? And one of the things he mentioned is that we should be on the good side, because you wouldn't want to be on the bad side of the HR, because they are the ones that can determine whether you leave or whether you stay, right? So, and we should also not be distracted, because there will be so many distractions, because I've seen people whereby they go to work and they are distracted, they lose focus from their goal, right? Their goal, okay, you see, you should, because as an individual, you should have a goal in mind that, okay, the next 5 years, I want to spend 5 years in this organization, and this is what I want to achieve in the next 5 years. I want to be a managing director. I want to get to this particular level, right? But there are so many people that they lose focus in the long run. At the end of the day, they find themselves still in the same level where they started from. So we should not be distracted. We should be focused. We should not lose sight of our goal, because that is the main reason why we are there. So we should always be focused. And also, yeah, like I said earlier, having the right people around you that can stand in the gap for you, that can speak for you, because the truth is you cannot do everything on your own. You cannot, I don't want to say you cannot survive. You cannot survive on your own, right? You need people around you. You need the right set of people around you, because to get to a point where you will need those connections. That's why they said when you're having the right connection, you'll be able to climb the ladder faster. So you need to surround yourself with the right people, especially, and also know the kind of people you connect with. Don't just connect with just any people in the organization, because there are some people that they are not even happy that you are there in the first place. So you have to be
True.
very, very careful. Don't allow anybody to like drag you down. You have to be very focused, because it's not everybody that wants you to be in that organization. They don't even want you to be in that space, because they find it very, very uncomfortable. So you have to be careful of the friends you make. You have to be very, very careful, and also mind the people around you. I keep saying it, like you have to be very, very conscious of the people around you, because it's not everybody that is happy for you. That's just the truth is bitter, but it's not everybody that is happy for you. You should be your biggest cheerleader, because it's not everybody that wants to say, okay, I want you to do this, I want you to do that. You have to stand for yourself at all times. So thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Angela. Thank you. That was a lot. That was a lot. Nuggets, 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 nuggets. As we close, I feel the need to read a part of the book out, just a sentence. And still speaking on allies, just as we've been saying, don't give away too much. Don't just go, stop talking too much. Stop talking too much. Yeah, your words always give you away, give us away in the workplace. Don't talk too much. Don't tell anybody you intend on applying for a new position within the company, outside the company. I'm tired of this office, I just want to leave. Keep it to yourself. If you weren't here in the in the beginning, something said talk to your spouse or talk to your children. And I'm telling you, talk to the Holy Spirit. Please keep things to yourself. Your colleagues are not your therapists. They should be more of your allies than even friends. When you begin to be friends outside the workplace, where there is no competition, you find out that you have more of a common ground with people. But in the workplace, you need to be careful. I was speaking to one of our clients. We're having some band. We're talking some time back, and he mentioned the particular bright staff that he had, and told me things that he had heard the bright staff say about him, and I felt disappointed because that wasn't even necessary. Something as small as you complaining, this company is not doing us well. This company, you know what they're doing. They're taking it back to your bosses. That boss you think you are talking about is hearing everything that you're saying, because your so-called friends, your colleagues, the competition, the opposition are taking it back because they want to get ahead. Keep your feelings to yourself. You want to ask for a pay raise, lip sealed. Only talk to your trusted mentor, your trusted sponsor. Trusted means that over time, they've passed your test, you've passed that. They have your interest at heart. They've gone ahead of you, they have a voice. And be careful who you make your mentor, even your sponsor in the workplace. Okay. I saw one part. So, but on keeping your ear to the ground, and Richard Templar says, if you don't know what is going on, how can you make informed decisions or coordinate your career plan? Some of us are, some of us just love to bury our head in our work. Don't play the ostrich. Don't play the ostrich. Lift your head up and find out what is going on around you. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. If you don't know what is going on, how can you make informed decisions or coordinate your career plan? A lot of people don't go anywhere with their job because they spend far too much time during their job. They spend far too much time doing their job. You might think, isn't that what I'm supposed to do? That is 80% what you're supposed to do. 20% is network in the workplace. So it's not, I just want to do my work and go home. You will do your work and go home, but that is 80, sometimes 50% of it. Because how far you get depends on the people. So I'll say doing your job is good. You must not be faulted. You must not be faulted. But who is seeing the good work you're doing? You need to get your head up from time to time and look around you. Look around you. Who are your allies? Your trusted allies. You might find the herd has moved on while you were busy feeding. So whilst you were busy doing your job, you had you thought of an happening, some an occurrence in the workplace, and you thought, maybe XYZ will become the general manager. And by the time you raise up your head, it's your next seat, it's your seatmate, the one you share a cubicle with, that was made a general manager. You were lost. You were lost, and now you're alone and forgotten. And sometimes you might even be more competent than that person. So have people around you. You need to get your head up from time to time and look around you. It might seem counteractive when we are saying don't have friends, have allies, but also talk to people. We are saying the same thing. We are saying be careful of how vulnerable you get in the workplace. Keep personal things personal, because those are those are weapons. They could be weaponized. If they don't need to know, don't say it, and be careful of what you say. So at this point, I'd love for us to draw the curtain on our live session. Want to thank everybody. Thank you so much, our dear reviewers, Samson Adewi and Oluwatimileni Ajala. And I'd like to give the floor to each of them to talk about themselves and what they do. Let's start with the soft spoken Ajala Oluwatimileni.
Thank you so much, Ma, once again for this opportunity. It was such an insightful session. I also learned a lot from the book because there's so many things to like learn from the book. So, first up, my name is Ajala Oluwatimile, and I'm an HR professional. Um, Currently, I'm interning with Racing Advocacy and Empowerment Foundation. So basically, I deal with recruitment, I deal with people and operations. and I'm glad to be here. I recently just completed my boot camp at Starguide, and it was really,
Yes, you did so good.
really impactful. Yeah, it was really, really impactful, and I'm still like deriving a lot from it. I'm deriving a lot. There's so many things I learned. I was able to also network with like-minded professionals as well. So I want to say a very big thank you once again to Lady Mercedes and Starguide Academy. Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm grateful.
Thank you, Majala. Good to have you in our corner. Good to impact you, your career journey. You were very active in class, very active in class, and I give it to you. It was 8 thorough weeks. I'm sure at some point we were crying like, I don't want to kill us in this place. But that's how we do. We ensure that you know it and you have fun while learning. Thank you so much for the kind words. Samson, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity. It was a wonderful one. Yeah. Okay, so my name is Samson Adewi. I'm a Yoruba boy. I don't know if that's necessary. Okay, so I'm also an HR personnel, which is one of the reasons why I say you should not fight with HR. Very important. Okay, so I'm an HR personnel. So currently I work with two companies remotely. I work with HR Consulting as one of their HR, and I'm also currently working with a startup, a real estate startup that is based in Yola. I'm also their HR officer. Yeah. Then so far being in the Star Guide Learning Circle has been a wonderful time. It's been a wonderful time because like I said, this I think this is the first time I'm actually hearing about this book and then going through it and then listening to reviewers talk about their views about the book. It's been a wonderful time. I've been learning. So it's been a wonderful time. So you can just check out the group. You can check them out on IG. They are doing a very wonderful work. And you can also connect with me via LinkedIn or Facebook with the same name, Samson and you find me there. So thank you very much once again. Very much. Thank you.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Good to have you on our live show. Samson Adewi and Ajala Oluwa Timi. Once again, I'm Lady Mercedes Ifon, and I'm the managing partner of Star Guide HR Consulting, your premier HR partner, always there for you, either to help you in your career journey or to help put structure in your business. This is brought to you by Star Guide HR Consulting. We have a sister company, which is our Star Guide Academy, a full-fledged training agency that majors in business management expertise, so HR management, business development, the whole 9 yards. Just our goal is to improve workplaces and professionals. Kindly find us on starguidehr.com. Just search starguidehr.com, one word, and then you'll know more about us. We have our phone number and everything, our contact, our physical address is also there. We are live at Yaba, Lagos. So thank you so much for everyone that joined the call. We don't see questions in the chat, in the comment section, but we see lots of reactions. Thank you so much for the love. We appreciate you. This replay will always be available for those that have missed it, and we'll also upload it to the academy for free for people to watch and learn. If you haven't gotten the book yet, the book that we reviewed today is The Rules of Work by Richard Templar. Oldie but Goldie. And on this note, I'd like to say enjoy the week, enjoy the coming week, enjoy the coming month, enjoy the rest of the year, and let's stay connected. Thank
Thank
you
you.
and have a good night.
Thank you, ma'am. Good
Thank
night.
you.